LV, you all right?
I know that face
Yeah,
is
that's
like,
just
and then it's blurry,
gross.
so
I
I
didn't
can't
know
really
that.
tell.
I didn't know that. That's just
Yeah.
gross.
You didn't know what?
The tonsil
What they
stones were
were.
coming
Like,
out?
Oh, yeah, apparently you've never had one. I've had one. I've had a few in my day. They're disgusting. They're absolutely disgusting.
I've never had problems with my tonsils,
Okay.
and I had
All
my
right, let's
adenoids
go.
removed. Sorry.
3 women, 1 group chat, 0 chill. Shannon, calm until she's not.
Pop off when I need to.
LV, if rage baking was a person.
Fuck off, Betty Crocker.
Stacey, where charm meets consequences.
Did your mama let you go out like that?
The A Collective starts now.
All right, everybody. Hello once again. Welcome into another zany. This is the week that was episode of the A Collective. I am Shannon. And LV, how you doing over there? You all right?
I went on this tight line. Hi. I went off this, whatever this is, I want off of it because it is insane. It is insane, and I don't want to play this game anymore. This is Jumanji that I did not sign up for. Stacey, how are you? Look at that background, travel
I'm here.
lady. It's dedication.
Yes. Shout out to my girlfriend for amazing
Great wallpaper.
decor. Yes.
Wonderful wallpaper.
I'm here. We have seen it all this week.
We have. Let's just get started with the State of the Union. I wasn't going to rot my brain cells out for a bunch of that, but I have seen plenty of commentary about it. And Stacey, I know you got some thoughts. What you thinking?
Trash, gibberish, everything else that you could think of. It was horrible. It was horrible. It was word salad. It started off at a high pace and then it slowed down like someone that may have had a substance to kick them off. And then we stopped. It was a whole bunch of lies. So I posted and I said, I wonder how many lies are going to be told tonight before it started. And my estimate was 200. Someone responded on Threads and said, you're being conservative. This is what we think of the president of the United States.
Do we know how many were actually told?
I haven't seen the total number. I know that fact checkers, they said
I'm sure
it was
someone
one
has it
point
by
that
now.
it was 4 lies told in less than 2 minutes. Yeah, in less than 2 minutes.
Well, the
And he was
majority
there
of
an hour and 47 minutes.
the majority of it, though, too,
LV?
was just him talking about other people. Like talking about the guests that they invited. And they didn't even have room for everyone they invited, which was the most insane part to me. They were making people sit on the stairs. It was crazy.
I heard that.
And then they like asked this poor like handicapped person to like stand. I was like, are you insane?
Was that a question?
No, I mean, the whole thing was just crazy. Yeah. My favorite was definitely Al Green with his sign that was clearly like rolled up. And so he like.
Well, we knew that was going to happen, right? We knew that Al doesn't give a shit. Him and his cane, he's like, oh, hold on. I got something to say.
And what you're not going to do is take my sign. Because a few of them.
Somebody tried to jerk it out of his hand.
So like somebody tried while he was like at his seat. And then when he was as he was being escorted out, someone tried to grab it. And he said,
he cussed.
I'm not new to this. I'm true to this. I don't take no wooden nickels. You can mess with me if you want to.
And he cussed. Please know that he did. I wasn't there. I can't. I'm sure. I mean, hell, come on. You know he did. So he was hilarious. It was necessary. And then, did you see the Black woman that was sitting in the back and someone beside her had to stand up and they panned to her and she just had the look on her face that I am here, so I will not get fined. She was not there for the foolery. I don't know who this woman is, but I can guarantee you she was forced to be there. And they put the camera on her and she was sitting like, the face was everything. But it is hilarious because I took a picture of that. And I was like, look at that poor lady.
Well, and
then we had Erica Kirk, no tears.
She was there?
Yeah. Girl, they had to give her a shout out.
They met
about her husband. And she tried to.
No, but you know what? What's weird? None of the TikToker or even other social media people, nobody did a think piece on her. Like, I didn't know. Nobody highlighted the fact that she was there, which means she's Fading into
phasing out.
oblivion.
Yeah, it was nothing to write home about. And like when he called her name, when Donald Trump called her name, after he said it, he started doing his dance. And I said, what is happening here?
Just wants to get it.
Not with those tonsil stones that were projecting out of his mouth. And so they said it was 7. And you can see them hurling. One even got on his arm. I was like, oh my God. So it just made me think about the
No, thank you.
stories of his smelliness
Yeah.
and those tonsil stones. Because Shannon, we talked about tonsil stones, right?
Mm-hmm.
Not very
Yeah.
refreshing.
Not at all. I've had a few in my lifetime. They are horrendous. It usually means bacteria has gotten trapped
Mm-hmm.
back in your tonsil area. And after it builds up so much, it'll pop out the little mushy, horrendously smelling rock like thing.
And you remember how people have said he smells. So it's coming out of every like orifice, right? Mouth. I know that there was a joke going around that they were going to see how many times he allegedly had a little boo-boo accident. But nobody would know that but Mike Johnson and JD Vance. Because they were
Well,
behind him.
in the little soundbite of this video that I'm working on, he does pause. I mean, granted, there's applause, which when I had to clean up the audio, it removed. But I mean, he was standing there for quite a while.
His motions are very, very, very awkward. Like he can't stand up straight. He's laying on the podium and he's crooked. And then he adjusts and he gets more and more crooked. It's bad.
When
it
his
really is
arms
bad.
never match, it's wild. But so I heard someone say something, and I couldn't wait to get y'all's opinion on this because I disagreed. Maybe I shouldn't have said that. But someone said that they felt that because some of the Democrats were outside doing their own thing, right? And then some of them were
Mhm.
inside, some of them didn't show up. Like they should have either all been inside or all been outside or all just not shown up. They should have all done the same exact thing. And I'm interested to hear what you guys think about that.
I mean, I see them saying have a united front,
Yeah,
but the
exactly.
People's State of the Union was a good thing. Like it was a good thing to have some people in. Like I think it's best to have someone in the building to hear the lies firsthand.
Sure.
In my humble
But
opinion.
they were
I
saying
do get the point of one.
Yeah. Well, they were saying like
They were saying what?
because it allowed them to bait them, right? Like it allowed him to bait them with like not standing for things they should, but they did stand for some. And in my opinion,
They
like
did.
I felt like they should it should have, they should have had people out there. They should have had people inside. I felt like showing that they can walk and chew gum at the same time.
I don't because we're not all monolithic thinkers.
Mm-hmm.
I don't subscribe to everybody should have been in the room or everybody should have been out of the room. And it depends on your district, and every House seat is up this year. And I may need to be in the room because I'm in a swing district, or
Mm-hmm.
maybe as part of being strategic, as part of an ad calculation or something I have brewing. I want to be able to say I was there, right? Or I want to be able to say I wasn't there for whatever the reason. But yeah, I don't agree that everybody should have done one or the other, because Democrats, just as, unfortunately, it's everybody. We're all on a spectrum, a political spectrum. The Democrats are on a spectrum, and so everybody's not the same. There's some people who are center, left center. There are some people who are far, far left. So yeah, I don't agree with that.
Yeah. It was an interesting time. Like it was bad. And I'm glad that they did not boo him. Like, did he need to be booed? Absolutely.
Right.
But did we need to do that? No. But he like even slighted the Supreme Court in their face.
Dude. And that I'm gonna it was wild. And they just sat there, and John Roberts was uncomfortable. The other people that were uncomfortable were the generals.
But I think as it relates to the Supreme Court, so first of all, there weren't nearly as many Supreme Court justices there, as there usually are. I think there were 4, maybe 5. It was Roberts, Coney Barrett, Elena Kagan, and was it Alito? Somebody else. Or
Was
no,
Clarence Thomas not there?
no, it was, or was it Gorsuch or Kavanaugh? One of them. One of them.
Probably Kavanaugh.
Kavanaugh was there. I saw him.
Well, however many. It wasn't as many as there usually are. Usually there's one who stays home and the other 8 go. Well, we saw that did not happen. And I just, yeah, he has no regard for the rule of law. But he also, in his state of mind, believes he should have unchecked, unbalanced power because we heard there's a draft in the works on elections, and that would give him sweeping power over elections. But I really wish, and this has the ability to affect Democrats as well, future Democratic presidents, we need to check some of this executive order power.
Mhm.
Like everything we can't rule government with executive orders.
'Cause it's
Executive
not a
orders,
law.
yeah, it should be few and far between. It's just a rule that they want followed, or they're rules for certain institutions, i.e., maybe department rules like energy department, education department. They're rules, but it's unchecked power, and even a Democrat shouldn't have that much power because who's to say we won't get one of those that ends up crazy too in 20 years, 30 years. So I really would love for Congress to make some laws around presidential power. And then if we need to amend our constitution, now's the time. I believe we could get the number of states we need in a constitutional convention to handle this. But that's just my little take on that.
It's a mess, I can tell you that. Everything is just a mess right now, but I honestly believe, as crazy as it is, all of this had to happen at some point. America has been functioning and, it hasn't been great, but now there's a flashlight on it and the whole world sees America for who they are.
Well, a storm can only brew for
definitely-
so long before it just takes off, right?
I think we'll see some change because there were some special elections this week, and we Democrats are making some headway and flipping some things. So I like to see that. I'm pleased to see that. Hopefully we'll continue to make headway this fall
Right.
as we move through the election season year and primaries and things like that. The bellwether will be, are we closing the gap in some districts and areas where Trump won handily? And are we flipping any of those? So are we closing the gap and are we flipping? Because we need to flip. We need to flip.
It seems like a lot of these special elections, they have flipped.
Like Texas?
Yeah. So we just have to keep hoping that the momentum is still there. And I think the more that we don't have peace daily, because are y'all stressed out every day?
Mm-hmm.
You're not. It's just a constant flow of news, like boom, 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 boom.
So I limit my exposure. I watch morning shows, and I don't catch the news again till the evening. And if there's something that I really desire to watch, I'll turn away from the news. But I don't consume a ton of news, and I will scroll on social media to see if there's anything I missed. But if my feed gets clogged up with news, I start scrolling past it to teach the algorithm that hey, I don't want to see this right now.
I
So
just go ahead and click it. I'm like, what's going on?
I limit my consumption because I protect my peace at all costs. And y'all know this is me. I offer the Lord my thoughts and tell him, he got it. Help me to do what I'm supposed to do in this season because I can't. Because there are a lot of things that bother me, but they're out of my control. So I really, really work hard on not worrying. I'm not always successful, but not worrying about the things I cannot control because
That's fair.
I'll be in a corner rocking, literally. So I got to find my peace elsewhere.
Well, did you get peace watching the Clinton deposition?
Hillary was clear, but I'm not clear why she was ever called to testify, because from the beginning, her name has not popped up in any of this. And she said it. You got to talk to my husband. Talk to my husband. You need to ask my husband that tomorrow. Don't ask me. My name is not in this. My name is not in this. And I don't know nothing. Talk to my husband.
LV.
I know why.
Oh, we
Because
got
she's
thoughts.
Hillary Clinton. Her emails.
Yeah.
Anything to, yeah.
Guilt by
She
association.
Mm-hmm. is Hillary Clinton. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So as we are filming right now, guys, Bill is doing his deposition, and I can only imagine what's going on. But
I mean, he's seen in a lot of pictures. I do believe he has more questions to answer for with regard to the Epstein files. He has a lot, but he's always had a lot. Like, he was shown to be in the Epstein files like
years
when
ago.
years ago when this first kind of kicked off. So he does have some splaining to do. He needs to explain himself. And I have no problem with that. The one I do find funny, and it's kind of like a string that keeps getting pulled. Bill Gates.
No.
Bill Gates. That's the string that keeps getting pulled, and it just continues to unravel. And then, did y'all see the shade Melinda Gates gave? And was basically like, I felt like what she really said was, I'm glad he's not my husband no more. Y'all go talk to him over there. Don't come over here to me. Go talk to him. He's my ex-husband. I'm happy to not be in this mess, caught up in this. So go talk to him. I was like, oh, Melinda Gates, the shade of it all. And she's somebody, though, I feel like she knows more than Hillary would know. Just because she's like, basically like, I knew he cheated. I knew this shit was going to come back and bite him in the tail. So, yeah, let him go on and
answer for it.
You know, she was like, well.
Oh, yeah, she was the shade of it all, baby. She said, I'm glad I'm not in the midst of that. You all need to go talk to my ex-husband, my husband.
Emphasis.
Focuses on the
emphasis on the ex.
Baby, Melinda Gates said, find somebody else to do it.
Yeah, that is.
I was like, hey, Bill.
He's popping up. Yeah, he's popping up every now and again, too, with these little stories. And what was it, the Russian women?
Yeah, so it's been the Russian women, which I figure Melinda knew about because she's been very clear that she knew he cheated in some way. Now, how he cheated, but I believe she knew about them. So the Russian women taking the private jets, entertaining with him in like 4 different cities all around the world, 2 in the US, but I think 2 elsewhere. It's the little string that just keeps on, like, he can't get it cut right. It can't cut right because a little bit continues to fray. He's getting, kind of death by dribs and drabs of information, little drips of information coming out about this. Priceless.
Who was beating his door down to say, we want to get with Bill?
Money. It's the money. It's a power thing.
Absolutely. We know it has to be.
Money makes a lot of people out here, and this is a whole other conversation. Money makes a lot of people a lot more attractive nowadays.
Donatella Antoinette, prime example.
I mean, but let's talk about that. If you have the Clintons in there, why is Tonsil Stones not in there?
Because
doing a deposition?
They control all 3 branches of government, and that we know the answer to that.
I mean,
we know the answer.
I would tell you, but the answer has been redacted. Speaking of people that were in the files and awkward moments, kind of just to
where you're
spin
going.
back. Yeah, Howard Lutnick attempting to shake what's his name?
What? On his deposition?
No, at the State of the Union, New York senator. We hate him. He needs to go. Our team.
Schumer.
Thank you. Did you see? Yeah. Did you see that Howard Lutnick, like when the cabinet was entering, he basically forced good old Chucky boy to shake his hand. Chuck was like, he like waited and forced him. And I was like, Lutnick, no one wants to hang out with you. No one wanted to hang out with you to begin with. No one really wants to hang out. Like,
They don't care.
No.
They don't care.
Yeah, they don't. None
I
of them
think the
seem to
front line-
care.
I saw Lindsey Graham sitting there just as, happy, just cheesing in the audience.
His
He
day
was
of
all
reckoning
awkward. He was like,
Wasn't he cheesing?
when I was looking through the videos at one point, I'm like, Lindsay, girl, what are you doing? And I was like, that's right. Lindsay was making some weird faces.
Yeah, it was very awkward.
Yeah.
So, was John Fetterman there?
Yes, he
Yep.
was.
They said he was there.
He shook Donatella's hand.
That's
I
an
was like,
interesting
God
one, too.
damn it.
Yeah, that's an interesting one.
Well, I think he's going to
Very
end up
interesting.
going. He won't last another term. And I forget, when is he up again? I think he has a couple more years.
Him in that sweatshirt and those shorts.
He's got 2 more after. He's next.
Okay. Yeah. So
I knew he was going to be a problem.
let's talk about the TV and the entertainment mergers that are going on. Shannon, I'm going to turn this one over to you. You know all of the business.
We're in trouble. U.S. media is already in trouble, but it's going to be in trouble even more. This is because just this week, Netflix withdrew their offer for Warner Brothers Discovery. And that's super problematic because Warner Brothers Discovery houses CNN. So, a little history lesson.
Thank you.
Once upon a time,
Not long ago.
Turner owned all these media companies. He started and he founded and he owned CNN along with the Turner family of stations, TBS, Cartoon Network, Boomerang, all of those, along with Turner Classic Movies. And they were purchased by Discovery. So if you remember Discovery Channel, so those merged, then Discovery merged with Warner Brothers. So all of those things sit under Warner Brothers, a lot of educational TV, that kind of thing. Now, enter Netflix wants to buy, and I think had a deal, but then Paramount Skydance came in, but Paramount Skydance owns CBS. So Paramount owns CBS, and this is like centralizing, and we know that CBS is owned by the Ellisons, I think the son. And that's problematic because, y'all, we don't want news coming from one central place. We want our news sources broken up so that we aren't getting like state-run media.
Yeah, and a bias of information.
Yes, and the Ellisons are problematic to begin with their political leanings. And that's a huge issue with mainstream media right now, particularly CBS. I'd say CBS is the most problematic out of all of them. Disney could be a little problematic. They own ABC, and then Universal owns NBC. So this is a very dangerous time we're living in, which is why I'll be curious to see what Anderson Cooper does now that he's resigned from 60 Minutes and I think is no longer going to be affiliated with CBS. What's he going to do? Is he going to jump on the independent bandwagon like Lemon, Reed, or is he going to try to do something more established like Cuomo?
You know what? It would be great if all of the independent journalists that we've seen that left major networks had their own media like company, right? And then just banded together. And I mean, we can put it out there. Hopefully that'll be something that happens, but that would be amazing. Like the Don Lemon, the Joy Reeds, Jim Acosta, all of them coming together. Didn't Terry Moran get fired from ABC?
Yeah.
For that interview?
Did he?
I think so. From an interview with that guy. You pressed him too much. And so he was terminated, I think. So
how much money do we think Netflix was paid to back out?
I don't think they were paid to back out. I think that the offer that Paramount Skydance made was probably way above market, and Netflix was like, not gonna do it.
I'm not doing that.
I'm not doing that. I'm not putting that much money up on something that I don't necessarily believe is fair or holds that much value. We offered what was fair, what we believed was fair. And I think they came back a second time and changed the offer a little bit, but that was, it. They're like, we're not doing this. We're not going back and forth. Because at the end of the day, if the bid keeps going higher and higher, the only people winning are the Warner Brothers Discovery people because they make a mint, shareholders make a mint. And then the surviving company is saddled with that debt of the merger. And let's be clear about a lot of media now, TV media, like streaming services, a little heavier, but a lot of TV media, news, whatever, some of it's dying. These shows are not getting the viewership and raking in the big money that they were, let's say, 20 years ago. So, and if somebody has a crystal ball, media, TV, news, all of it is going to continue to evolve in different ways that we probably are not fully expecting. But, we're going to continue to experience time shifts in viewing patterns and things like that. So I don't blame Netflix. Y'all can have it. You can have it. Let's see how this ends up really working out for you. You can have it.
It's wild business. I saw that and I was like, ooh.
Because, a lot of this wealth is on paper. It's paper wealth.
And
It is
not
not.
actual.
Well, because a lot of it is
It's
also
based
about
on
control.
assets. And if the assets,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, but I have a feeling like some of these mega mergers, they're going to run things into the ground because people are going to be turned off. I'll be honest. I don't even really look at CBS.
I don't either.
I don't look at any of their TV shows. I don't look at the CBS News. I just don't consume a ton of at all. I don't consume Paramount Plus content either. First of all, CBS is always skewed very older.
It is. It has always been. I felt like it was old-timey and boring.
Well, it's always skewed older. It's always skewed to
Oh my gosh.
probably what is people my age and older. And I just have never been a fan of CBS. So yeah, no,
And
thank
60
you.
Minutes was like very, very old.
It was.
And I'm like, I can't watch this. It was never my thing to watch. So
interesting times we're living in.
I know. I mean, it needed to happen. Just when will it all come to a head? And then when do we start the rebuild process?
Hopefully the midterms.
Hopefully
we start to rebuild during the midterms.
Because if not,
we're screwed.
Yeah.
These last 2 years are going to be crazy.
I mean, even with whoever is in the White House, if they're a part of that administration. So yeah, friends, it's been another week.
I don't want no.
Well, you can't go anywhere, so you got to deal with it.
We got to tough it out.
We're going to make it.
Prayerfully, it'll get better. We are going to make it. But yeah, it is crazy. It is wild business. Stacey likes to say it is
wild business. All right. Next week, guys, I'm sure it'll be a whole nother heap of foolishness.
We'll have to see what else keeps coming out. Let's see what other drips and drabs we get as a result not only of the Epstein files, but just regular good old politics in America.
And outside of politics, let's talk about 50 Cent getting demolished by the Harris family. If you need to get away from that. But, I mean, keep bringing that kind of stuff too.
You better leave them people alone.
But could people, could like nice celebrities please stop dying?
Yeah, such a time.
All right, friend.
Have a good weekend, guys.
Yay.
Until
Miss
next
Stacey,
week.
you have fun.
I'm going to try.
Love you all.
Bye, guys.
Goodbye.
Bye, everybody.
Goodbye. Give us the rest of the Epstein files. You made it to the end of this episode of the A Collective.
Hit like, follow, comment, and share it with the group chat.
Otherwise, Stacey might come for you.
Yikes.
I know, so do it.
Thursdays are for chaos and new episodes of the A Collective.
Not the A-list.
No.
I'm gonna get the name right this season.
Let's see if I can get that to That's just how much I love you.
No!
Your heart won't do it because your lungs are bad.
Stop. Oh! I
right.
got it to do it with my therapist the other day. No.
Why can't I do it?
How
Okay.
sweet.
All right, y'all,
Right.
let's go. We're starting with State of the Union.
Yeah.
All right. Ready? Girl, they
Oh.
had to give
Oh
her a
God,
shout
they
out
met
about
oh,
her husband, and she tried to.
No, but you know what? What's weird? None of the TikToker or even other social media people.
Wow. You're either a super fan or crazy. Thanks for being part of the collective. See you next Thursday.